tells you to write an equation for a linear function if f of 3 equals 7 and f of negative 5 equals 2. So you should have seen that this is actually an ordered pair. This is just function notation. Here is your x value. So these are your order pairs. And then the output equals 7 is your y value. So you have this order pair. x1, y1, x2, y2. And then your equation for slope that you guys used was what? M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. I will point out the biggest common mistake here for students is the minus sign. Let's highlight that minus sign nice and big. Nice and big. So let's write down some steps of what you did. Everyone say label. Labeling is the taking your order pairs and labeling them x1, y1, x2, y2. Then the second thing is write down the formula. Everyone say formula. For some reason, math students who struggle don't write down a formula. So write all of that down. Every single problem. Homework, quiz, tests. And then the third thing we're going to do now is substitute. Everyone say substitute? Substitute. Let's substitute. What's your y2 value? 2. That's a 2. Put it in parentheses, because we're doing the substitution. Your y1 value? 7. Your x2 value? -5. And your x1 value? 3. Let's go ahead and simplify now. 2 minus 7 is? -5. -5 minus 3 is? -8. Negative divided by negative is a positive. Let's use pink. Does it tell us to find the slope? Okay, there are 3 linear equations. Let's think about this. You have, so what we've done so far is we just found slope. And now we're going to find our linear equation. We found slope. I have a point. I can use which form? Point slope form. Talk to your partner. What do you think point slope form is? Point slope form. We actually did this back, I think, in chapter P. Now, if you ever forget point slope form, this is the most, I think, not as favorite as y equals mx plus b. You can use that. But point slope form is great because it's right here. If I multiply this to both sides, or if you cross multiplied, you'll have m times the x values. M times the x values. And on the other side, you have this one over 1, so it's just the y values. Now, how they normally write this, notice how I left off the 1s and 2s? They usually have it something like this. Why do they do that? Your n value is in pink, which we just figured out, which is 5/8. The x1 and y1 values, this is any order pair. Everyone say any.
Anyone.
You can pick one. Okay, which one I'm going to pick? I'm going to pick the one without negatives because that's easier. So my x1 value here is 3, and my y1 value is 7. And that nasty subtraction sign is still there, so let's put it there. So remember, if it was, for example, let's just say we pick this order pair, this would be a negative 5. So that would be opposite of a negative 5. And these just fall down. And this is my equation. It doesn't tell us what form to write it in. So here I have an equation in point-slope form. And here's my answer. So in this problem we did two things. I took the function notation order pairs, find my slope, and then make it an equation.